Okay.
That was a pita chip.
Hello everyone, and welcome back for episode 18 of the Yarn Curator podcast. My name is Naomi, and this is my channel where I like to talk about knitting, spinning, primarily those two things. Sometimes I do dabble in sewing, and one day I will learn how to read crochet. I do know how to do it, just not well. I am joined today again by my husband, Mr. Yarn Curator.
Hello.
So he seemed to be welcomed the last time he appeared on the channel. So
As long as you don't mind me being here.
yeah, so as long as we're in quarantine and we're spending more time together, better to have him sit in and record than awkwardly record in the room by myself while he does other things. If you would like to follow me on social media, I am the Yarn Curator on Instagram, as well as House of Cardigans on Ravelry. And I think those are the two primary ways to find me. I apologize if I keep looking to the side. I have my show notes written out, so I'm just glancing at those. If you are a new viewer, welcome. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. There are quite a few new followers here, so that's awesome. It's exciting to see the community grow. Just because there are some new faces here, I was just going to throw out the name of my podcast. It's named that way because I work as a curator for a local museum here in Florida where we live, hence the name. Awesome. So just a little bit of quick business to take care of at the start of the hour. In the last episode, we had a secret code word for a giveaway.
Cheetah.
So hence the ears.
Cheetah ears are a little smaller, a little bit more rounded though, but we're going to go with it.
What are those then? Leopard? Is that technically leopard?
I don't know, probably.
So our lucky winner will be winning one skein of this Sunshine Dye Works. It is dyed here locally.
Do you have a winner yet?
Yeah.
Oh, is that what they're getting?
Yeah.
Okay.
I will be throwing in a few little extra goodies and bits and bobs to go with it. But yes, it is this one skein of it's a one-of-a-kind colorway by Sunshine Dye Works.
And that was for the cheetah.
This is for the cheetah.
Okay.
Yes.
You're giving something else away, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So the winner is Doreen Broski.
Doreen Broski.
So congratulations, Doreen. Give me a shout.
How did you determine who was the winner?
I used a website that pulls a random
Oh,
comment
okay.
from a YouTube.
Just making sure you're not related. Are you related to, what's her name? Broski? You related to Broski? Okay.
No.
Can't have no cheating.
No, I used a random comment. There were 14 comments on the last video. So you had a 1 in 14 chance of winning.
Okay.
Just pretty
Not
good
bad,
odds.
not bad.
So yes, Doreen, reach out to me either on Instagram or Ravelry. Shoot me your address so I can get this in the mail to you. And yes, exciting news. Last night at some point we ticked over to 300 followers.
Thank you.
And yes, thank you, you guys. So, and I've been saying for 3 or 4 episodes now, once we hit 300, I would do another giveaway. So I got a few ideas, and I will announce whatever I decide upon in my next episode and figure out a prompt and all that good stuff. So I don't know. I'm either thinking of buying a gift certificate.
Wait, you're not giving anything away this podcast?
No. I want to decide what I want to do.
Fair enough.
I want it to be special because 300 is a big number.
300.
So I was thinking, yeah, either a gift card to one of my local yarn shops, a gift card to their local yarn shop to support a local business during the pandemic.
Good idea.
That is, well, I have one other idea kicking around in my head. Guys, let me know down below if you would like to do this. And it relates to one of my finished objects, which is I'm debating doing a little knit along through the rest of the pandemic, how long we're in this. I know I, like so many others, are currently telecommuting, and so I was thinking of doing a knit or crochet a coworker along. So make a little amigurumi figure or a little stuffed animal, which I'm going to talk about in a second, to sit next to you on your desk while you're working. That way, like when you get mad when you receive an email or something messes up,
I need one of those.
You
I
can
just
yell
want
at your
one.
coworker. You want me to? I'll knit you a coworker.
Yeah.
So if you're interested in participating in that, let me know down below and I'll announce something more formal on Instagram. I just thought it would be fun. A fun way to make something quick and cute and have a little bit of fun while we're all stuck at home. So you want a coworker?
I thought you were talking about something completely different.
Oh.
So never mind.
What did you think I was talking about?
I thought you were talking about making like a cool little like Funko Pop
yeah,
kind of doll. Yeah, right?
Similar to that.
But I don't want one of my coworker.
No, it could be one. It could be.
I thought you were talking about like making one of my coworker. I was
No, I'm not gonna name. I've never even seen your coworkers.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No, like a little, like the one I'm thinking about making, which will double as a gift for my brother and sister-in-law who are expecting, is like there's a little stuffed manatee pattern out there. So I was thinking of making, like, that could be my coworker until it gets gifted, or like, I don't know. There's all kinds of things out there you can make. Be creative with it, but yeah, just make a little figurine, human, animal, abstract, whatever.
Don't say abstract, because then you'll get all sorts of stuff.
All right.
Getting squares.
Human or animal.
Don't limit it to that. Just, abstract is so...
Abstract?
Vague.
So, yeah. Let me know if you want to participate in that. I'll open a thread on Ravelry for everyone to share their coworker. Oh, and I forgot to say, if you'd like to join us on Ravelry, my sister Zoe and I have a shared podcast group. It's the curated Felicity group. She has the Felicity Yarn Studio podcast.
Check it out.
Yes. So that does it for kind of admin stuff, just to get it out of the way at the top of the episode. So we will jump right in with finished objects. So right behind me is this week's finished object. It is the Dinosaur Junior pattern by Katie Boyette. It's a free pattern on Ravelry. Really quick, simple knit out of, I use DK, I believe the pattern's written for worsted weight. And I knit mine on size 6 needles. The yarn I used for this is leftover Felicity Yarn Studio from my Soldotna. And this is leftover Spun Right Round, which I made a pair of mittens out of. So good little stash buster, a good way to use some scraps. As I mentioned, my brother Peter and his wife Dana are expecting a mystery child. We don't know if it's a boy or a girl in June, I think is the due date. So this is a really quick, simple baby knit. The body is knit in one piece, and then these are all knit individually and then sewn on. I'm pretty sure I did the legs wrong because they're very bulbous. And I don't think they should taper in like that.
Looks fine to me.
So the other day I had a phone call with my mom, my aunts, and my sisters, and we were all sharing our works in progress. And I had just finished the body, and my aunt was joking that it looked rather like an inappropriate shape. And then
I knew it was gonna go there. I knew it was gonna go there before you even said that.
And then I'm gonna insert a picture right here because when I was sewing on the feet, it was another inappropriate.
Does this look phallic? Does this look phallic to you? Who would think that?
So,
if anything, it looks like a bowling pin up top.
It does look kind of like a bowling pin, but
get your mind out of the gutter.
So it's funny. It reminded me of on Caroline, who has the Dunderknit podcast, when she was making a baby onesie. I don't know what it is about baby knits that go wrong. So hopefully it's something they'll enjoy. I just need to find, I think I'm going to get 2 buttons and sew those on for eyes.
I was just going to suggest that.
But otherwise, it is done. I just, like I said, phantom door opening. Otherwise, really fun, really quick knit. I am glad to be done with it. It was mostly lingering because I don't like when things get fussy, and I found this to be fussy, having to make individual little spikes as opposed to being able to do it in one piece. So hold that up for everyone to see. So that's it for finished objects. We will move on to works in progress next. If you don't mind holding this. So for my first work in progress this week is the Forest Park cardigan. It is a pattern by Hopkins. I am knitting this out of some John Arbon on the Viola DK base in the Nimbus Cloud colorway. And then if you'll flip it around, and the green is knit out of South Down yarns, and I think it's called the Flockton base. It's naturally dyed, the green, and yeah, this is a cardigan for this guy right here. So the last time I showed this off on the podcast, it was right here where the stitch marker is. So I've gotten a sizable amount done in about a week, and we're gonna hold this up a little bit closer. So it has this lovely slip stitch mosaic knitting tree motif. So that, as I said, that's done by mosaic knitting, which is a way of slipping the stitches and to create that color work. So you don't do the stranding like in traditional stranded color work. So I'll show that off on the back side. So yeah, lots of lovely, happy little trees. I was thinking of Bob Ross the entire time I was making them. You like Bob Ross, so it's fitting.
I do.
It's a really enjoyable knit.
You're getting through it though.
I am. Now I'm in the long haul of making the body. Eventually there's a spot where you pull off or you mark off a certain number of stitches for pockets on the front. And I have already used 3 skeins of yarn for this. So I have 5 in total. 99% sure I'm gonna run out before. So I went ahead and ordered one more. Sorry. But it's for you.
Do what you gotta do.
I've only made one modification to the pattern so far. It's supposed to have like a faux seam going down the middle here, and I eliminated it by accident. It was not a choice. I moved the stitch marker off of where those seams are supposed to hit when I was doing the color work, and I just didn't feel like figuring out where it was supposed to go again after that. So
bummer.
That's not a big deal.
To you.
Would you have even noticed if you weren't sitting here and heard that?
Probably not.
So yeah, he's tried it on. It seems to fit really well. It's got enough room where you can wear like your work shirts, like button downs underneath, and still have full mobility of your arms. So, do you have anything you'd like to add about it?
It's beautiful.
Are you excited for your new sweater?
I'm so excited to wear it to work.
My second work in progress is a new cast on. I'm going to set that on your lap if that's okay.
That's fine with me.
This is the Algae hat by Amalie Designs. And it's going to be a little hard to show off because I got it on a tiny needle and it's hard to spread it out without everything slipping off. So the 2 yarns I am using for this are some more Felicity Yarn Studio. This is yarn that I dyed up with my family when I was in North Carolina last month. So it's an exclusive colorway.
Exclusive.
And the contrasting color is the same yarn, the South Down yarns that I'm using in his cardigan. It only needed the green for that particular section, so I didn't want the yarn to go to waste. And so I have cast on this hat. It has a really long brim. It's knit for 4 inches. And I debated just doing it for about 2.5, but I like the idea of being able to fold it up should I ever travel anywhere cold and need a particularly warm brim. And then it is a color work hat. It features this undulating like seaweed motif. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see that scrunched up on the needles. So I've done about 3 repeats of the seaweed. Probably see it. I'm about halfway through the color work before starting the brim decreases. So great little hat for using up scraps. These are both non-superwash yarns, so they are gripping each other nicely in that color work. I do have to say the green is a little bit thicker than the lavender color here, so I'm hoping those kind of gauge issues will work out with blocking, but otherwise I'm really enjoying it. It's really been a fun, kind of nice palette cleanser. Just difficult enough to keep my mind engaged while I'm working on it, but easy enough where he and I can still chit chat while I work on it or have something on TV. So, do you want this when it's done? Are you eyeing it as a future beanie for yourself?
I was just thinking how exclusive it is.
Oh.
Cut.
I have 2 more works in progress that I've been working on. However, I'm not going to show them off because they haven't changed significantly since the last time I filmed. They're my Whitmoor and Poet sweaters. Whitmoor needs like another inch on the sleeve before I start the ribbing for that. And then Poet, I worked a whole 6 rows on and got to the point where I need to divide the sleeves, but I really need to sit down and look at that pattern and figure out where the lace repeat is supposed to start and end before moving forward. And I haven't had like a nice quiet downtime to figure that out yet. So they have not changed significantly in 2 weeks.
Get on it.
I'm working on it. I'm hoping I really want to have Whitmoor finished by the next time I film. That's the goal. And maybe the body of your sweater.
You can put mine on hold.
Yeah. We'll see. Moving on to spinning, I do have 2 things to talk about in spinning related news. The first is that I finished spinning this braid of yarn from Into the World. It's on the Planet of the Ood base. Do you remember what an ood is?
Something from Doctor Who.
That's good enough. So it turned out really lovely. I really like the way the finished product came out. It's 100% Targhee and it's a 2-ply fingering weight yarn. I think I got about 300 yards out of this. Might be a little bit more, but I always go conservative with yardage now for Handspun.
Looks nice. You should give this away. Or not.
No, I am thinking about giving away some Handspun, potentially with the 300 giveaway, but I have something else in mind for that.
Gotcha.
This am thinking about doing. I really want to make a Handspun Vertices Unite, and while this was not originally the color palette I had in mind for that, I might slowly gather some similarly toned yarns for that. I spun this using a short forward drawl, and I believe it's mostly a worsted spun. It might be semi-worsted because I am not the greatest at keeping twist out of the yarn while I go, and I did it as a fractal spin, so that is why it has all that great barber pulling in there. It's probably my favorite way to spin a braid is a fractal spin.
Looks nice.
Thank you. And then my second spinning project has been hanging out behind your head. And so this is
Cut.
This is from John Arbon. They recently offered half-price shipping on all international orders, so I jumped on that.
Nice.
Yeah, and ordered lots of fiber. So this is the first little bit of roving I got from them. It is, I believe, 100% Falklands Merino. So this is what the first half of that looks like. It is the Viola base once again in the Shepard's Warning colorway. So that's what the first bobbin looks like, but this is what the roving looked like when it came in. So I just have a little bit left to spin on that bobbin. But as you can see, it's these really pretty kind of cranberry reds, blues, blacks, and grays. And he has this same colorway milled into a yarn. It's actually behind your head right here, kind of this mauvey color. So that is what it looks like in roving form before it blends down.
It's not mauve?
You can say it either way.
Okay.
Mauve or mauve. Just depends on whatever you prefer.
I thought you said mauve or something.
Mauvey.
Mauvey.
That is a made-up word.
Okay.
However, so this is what the roving straight to
like a
fiber looks like. What?
Baby.
It is. And as you can see, I have not really been blending the colors in this one very much as I've been drafting it. So you can see it's retaining a lot of those reds and blues mixed in with the white or black sections. And I thought it would be fun to do a little bit of a color study. So what I did with the second half of this roving, the other 50-gram fibers, is I ran it through my drum carder and turned it into a bat. So as you can see, the colors have blended in there a lot more. It's a lot closer to that mauve colorway. Mauve.
Movie.
And I'm gonna spin them the same way, the short forward draw, and then ply them together. So I think that'll make an interesting effect between the two yarns, where you'll have one strand that's a little bit more vibrant and one strand that's a little bit more toned down. So I'm just having fun with it, and we'll see what happens. So other than that, it's just been a lot of hanging out, working. Our garden is starting to take off. All of the tomatoes.
Show off some tomatoes.
We'll show off some tomatoes. We have six or eight tomato plants going right now.
10.
Oh, more than I realized. So we have 10 tomato plants right now. I would say 4 or 5 of them are really starting to spread out fruit. So we are going to make some pizza here, make a margarita pizza.
I was thinking we could juice carrots and tomatoes with a lemon.
I tried to get you to juice kale the other week, and you were not into it.
There is a huge difference between juicing carrots and kale.
And yeah, but I'm okay with, we can juice one day. We'll
You
break
say
out the
that on
juicer.
camera, but we'll see.
It has to be the right blend.
True.
So yeah, our garden's going. You've been getting a lot of good yard work done because you've had a little more time off than I have. And what else is going on? So anything else you'd like to add? Anything you'd like to talk about?
No, not really.
All right, you guys. Well, that about does it for us for this week's episode. I will be putting something together for the 300 subscriber giveaway, whether that is a gift card and handspun, and something else. I don't know. I need to decide. I didn't think.
Figure it out.
I know. I need to get it together. But I didn't think we would hit it today by this episode.
I know.
Ye of little faith. But for everyone who has liked, commented, or subscribed, thank you so much. I really enjoy seeing this little community grow. I enjoy getting to meet other makers out there in the world, in the US, as well as elsewhere. Oh, this was something I forgot to say. In the last time I filmed, Zoe and I did a little Skype call where we announced the winners from our joint knit-along that we had been hosting from the year. All of those packages have gone out in the mail, so they are on the way.
Corona-free.
Yes, and the word international made me think of it because one of those packages actually went to Australia. So that is pretty crazy that people all over the world are choosing to watch this little channel here on the internet. So
Australia.
No, it wasn't Australia. It was New Zealand. I'm sorry.
Oh, same thing.
No, it's not.
Just kidding.
Just kidding. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have put on. It was New Zealand.
We love everyone in the Southern Hemisphere. Yes.
So yeah, it's crazy to think that someone literally on the other side of the world is sitting down and watching this. So until next time, you guys stay safe wash your hands, don't touch your face, and I hope you enjoy all your crafting and making. Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye-bye.